how do we protect Medicare for Florida's 3 million seniors and save it for the next generation without massive slashes and cuts in benefits?
Congressman?
Thank you for the question. It's one that I think a lot of people who are watching this debate, that they have. They're wondering what's happening to Medicare. You know, by the way, this isn't an entitlement. This is something that people have paid into. This is something that they've earned. This is something that it's theirs. It's what they've been saving for and working on for a long time. Now, Senator Nelson cast the deciding vote to cut $700 billion out of Medicare. What did Senator Nelson say before the vote? He said it is unconscionable to whack away Medicare Advantage from our seniors. But that's exactly what he did. Senator, I agree with you. That was unconscionable. There is almost over a million seniors in the state of Florida on Medicare Advantage because of your vote. Because of your vote. They're going to lose their Medicare Advantage. Now, you talk a good game. You say things like, well, I successfully offered an amendment. Well, you can successfully offer all the amendments you want. It didn't pass, yet you still voted for it. You called it unconscionable and a non-starter. The president called you up and said, I need your vote. You chose the president over the people in the state of Florida.
Senator Nelson, minute 15 response.
I'm not going to let you get away with this. $716 billion was, in fact, savings that extended the life of Medicare for 8 years. Medicare was going to run out in 3 years. Now, let's talk about some of his Medicare votes. He voted to cut Medicare by taking away the guaranteed benefit and replacing it with a voucher that a senior citizen would have to negotiate with an insurance company.
We're going to recycle the lights. You have about 45 seconds to a minute. The lights are cycling on. Go ahead. I have a light.
How much time do I have?
You've got about a minute left. So 45 seconds to a minute, Senator.
Social Security. He voted to partially privatize Social Security by putting into the vagaries of the stock market. He has a penny plan that would absolutely eviscerate Medicare and Social Security. Over $200 billion out of Medicare. Over $1 trillion out of Social Security. And we're going to release tonight the impartial, nonpartisan Congressional Research Service study that shows how he absolutely savages Medicare, Social Security, and oh, by the way, to boot, $3 trillion out of defense. That's what his penny plan is.
Congressman?
Senator Nelson,
30 seconds.
You know better than that. And the people of the state of Florida know better than that. You can call it savings, you can call it taking the money, you can call it anything you want. Senator, you cut $700 billion, which you said would be unconscionable. That's what you said, and I agree with you. The problem is when the president said to you, I need your vote, you chose to stand with the president like you do 98% of the time. Instead of standing with the people of the state of Florida, you whacked away their Medicare Advantage. And you should explain that. You should explain that to them.
Senator, 30 seconds. Your counter, 30 seconds, sir.
Well, that's just it. It's not a cut. As a matter of fact, all of the fact checkers say it's not a cut. What it is savings. Where did it come from? It didn't come from the Medicare beneficiaries. It came from the providers, in some cases involuntarily, from the insurance companies who offer Medicare Advantage. My statement about unconscionable was when I protected Florida by exempting out Medicare Advantage for Florida until we got the correct formula that would reward our seniors. And what it is one of the most wildly successful programs right now, with enrollments up and premiums down.
Specifically.
Thank you for the question, but that's just not the choice that we're going to have to make.
6 out of every 10 federal dollars are spent on Medicare, defense, and Social Security.
I understand. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that job creators get back into the game. If you want more revenue to come into the federal government, you do it by putting people back to work. The best economic engine we have is the American people. The American people, if given a chance, they want to compete. They want to strive for the American dream, and you do that by getting them back to work, not by raising taxes.
Senator, 30 seconds.
You can cut, but Medicare's got to be saved. And so that's what we did. People say, well, what are you going to do about Medicare? Well, we already did something about Medicare. And we extended its life for another 8 years until 2024. If you want to cut, I'll give you an example of defense. You can take some of our troops out of Europe. That was an old Cold War strategy. We don't need all those troops in Europe now. That'll save us billions.
We'll come